Alright, back working on the crew cab. So, I'm no expert at this, but I'm going to try to plastic weld the fuel tank. I did this the other day, quite a while back. I just use a oil bucket, you know, cut the lid off or the bottom up a little thicker, clean it up really well, get it flat. You're gonna need at least 2 heat guns. I like to put one inside and just let it run. Burn that heat gun up. Heat it around here till it's glossy. You gotta heat this till it's glossy. Gotta have gloves on, and then just flop it over, stick it on there. If you get both sides glossy, it will stick really well. I've done it smaller scale, but it's hard. Even this is hard. But if you had a puncture in a tank, just a little 2x2 square round piece of this bucket works excellent. So this is quite difficult. I'm gonna get a little torch out to try to heat this and that all at the same time. Hopefully I can just stick it. But there's that. Heated this up a minute ago. Trying to make a flat spot to mount that. So I punched a hole, heated it up, bolted that to it. That would probably just about worked. I put the tank in and helped that up there. So anyways, let that cool off. Try to stick this on. We'll see how it turns out. Alright, there's that piece. It looks worse on camera, but whenever you heat it, it always warps both the fuel tank and what you're doing. It just won't stay put, but I think it's sealed all the way around. It's nice, still hot. Took this piece off and it is nice and smooth in here. I don't know, can't pick up on that. I wish right here got a little more, but that worked better than I expected. That is phenomenal. Put that there. Got to build my fuel pump. Here's the top piece. I had to grind the tab down. Now it goes anywhere. Anyways, that's the right position for me. I have to put the diesel return line, I don't remember which side. It's a smaller one than this, and then I'm gonna run this for my vent up to my filler neck. The wires poked through there, took them out so I can weld on this. That's all stripped down. There's the wires, that's easy. For the fuel pump, I had to ream this hole bigger. This pump I got, which is high volume, low pressure. This was a gas sending unit, a stock 2005 tank I'm working with. Cut the hole out a little bigger, and that pump just holds itself, doesn't wiggle, doesn't want to move. There's a sock inside of here from the original pump that fit my pump. Put some holes around there for fuel to go in. Well, that clicks into the tank with these tabs. There's a piece in the tank. I lock it down, hook up my wires, do a fuel line from here to the top, and should have a fuel tank, fuel system. This guy will just get blocked off. Like I said, that'll go to the filler neck. Add that from the diesel. Yeah. There's the fuel pump I'm using, in case you're wondering. Alright, tighten the radius arm bolts back there, both sides. Checked all my radius arm to frame mount bolts, they're tight. Tighten the sway bar on both sides. Tighten the track bar. Other side is good. My steering was loose here. This is probably worn out. There's no probably over here. Can you see that? You probably hear the rattle. There. That one's bad. I think I'll change all of them. I loosened that, rotated this. Now I can get the welder to weld all my plug welds and finish the other side. You know, I already got the other side welded. That guy's brand new. That one's fine. Sway bar bushings are junk. They wiggle all over, but they're tight. This won't fall off if I forget. Remember, only got to go 300 feet, tractor pulls. There's all my... Never mind, you can't see anything. There's where I spliced the frame. That diamond I welded inside of there is the actual piece of frame that I cut out. So it should be the right material. Same thing over here. There's the fuel tank selector valve from a 90s Ford. Reused all stock fuel lines. They didn't bend perfect, but there they go. That's how far back we got. Those go to the rear tank there. Had to, oh, for the bed, this bed is off a 250. It was narrower on all the bolts. So see that plate I had to weld inboard of the frame for every one of them. Both sides, everything's shrunk. There's my fuel tank that doesn't work on the back. Hits the bed, so I had to loosen it, put longer bolts and drop it down, and then all the straps are loose. That's a 90s frame cross member, in front of and behind, out of a pickup, just because that's what I had, the same as a Bronco. So this is the probably noise heat shield from Ford I was talking about. It's kind of a fiberglass plastic material. I wanted to line that with that shiny, almost perforated looking heat shield I had in the bed. But so this tranny worked fine. I got a eBay special torque converter ordered. Figured when I pull the motor, I'll put that in. They're known for killing torque converters. Don't know if that's a good choice or not. I'll tell you later if it survives. But yeah, that selector valve is why I'm running the fuel pump in the tank, trying to prime, push through it. I still have the 01 fuel pump here on the frame. So I think that'll be it for tonight. I need to go to the hardware store, and they're not up, and it's too late. I like what I did here, but I need bigger washers. This flat spot's not quite big enough. So if I find a little bigger washer, do it again, then I'll drill the holes. Probably take a washer and bolt all my bolts through the inside out. I'll weld all these little bolts through it. And this one just set on, bolt on. I tried, it's a race installer kit I had, but they're still not big enough. So I can't find anything in here round and large enough. So I'll go buy some washers and work on this again tomorrow.